Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Hugh Freeze, the Auburn Tigers, already off to a phenomenal start building that 2025 class and looking to get some serious momentum this weekend as they are hosting a ton of top targets on campus this week. I want to go over some of the names that are really standing out to me as I've kind of dove in to this 2025 cycle. And this is a narrative that we've talked about the last couple of weeks. Hugh Freeze looks at Alabama, looks at the hire of Kalen DeBoer, and I think smells blood in the water in the state of Alabama for the top talent in that state. And you're seeing him go after a lot of this top talent in the state of Alabama, including some of the names we'll talk about. Really excited to get into this one. Before we do, just want to say thank you to you guys. And it has been just an absolute blast talking this program over the last couple of weeks, whether it's on the recruiting trail, whether it's in the transfer portal. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you guys have shown the boys. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. We'll continue to keep you guys as updated as possible with what the Auburn Tigers are doing on the recruiting trail. And without further ado, let's get into this one. And I want to start with one of the top targets for Auburn in this 2025 cycle, a name that we might be talking about later today who ends up committing to Auburn, and that is four-star running back Elvin Henderson. Film's phenomenal. But I think you just need to check the box score in terms of talking about what Elvin Henderson brings to the table for the Auburn Tigers. And I think it's a really attractive destination for running backs in this 2025 class, because you look at the 2024 class, Auburn didn't take a running back, which to me is not a problem at all. You look at how loaded that running back room is heading into the 2024 year. But if you're a running back in this 2025 cycle, I mean, this is an opportunity to get early playing time at Auburn, and Elvin Henderson, a guy that certainly could do that. Taking a look at his high school numbers, I mean, this is truly some of the more special numbers I've seen from the high school level in his career. 532 carries for over 7,200 yards, 132 rushing touchdowns. For those who don't want to do the math at home, I use my calculator. Averaged 13.6 yards per carry during his high school career, including a 2023 season where he ran for over 3,500 yards and averaged 15.6 yards per carry. Taking a look at the film for Elvin Henderson, you don't really see this guy get tackled very often. Nick, phenomenal contact balance, has the long speed to kind of hit the big play. But I think what stands out to me the most about a guy like Elvin Henderson is he is very comfortable in the open field, reading his blocks. He has phenomenal instincts at that running back position. You talk about traits all you want. Do you have a good feel for when to hit the hole, when to press the line of scrimmage? Elvin Henderson certainly has that feel, a very intriguing prospect that's been extremely productive at the high school level, and quite frankly, hard to see not being productive at the college level for the Auburn Tigers. Probably their top target on campus right now, but there are a couple other names that I'm really keeping my eye on, and Anquan Fagans is a guy that we've covered when he committed to USC way back last summer, one of the top safeties in this 2025 class. And what excites me most about Anquan Fagans is truly a game changer as a center field safety. I mean, you see him, you take a look at the numbers, right? 3 years of high school ball, 18 interceptions, including 16 interceptions the last 2 seasons. Phenomenal instincts in the back end, but more importantly, a very big frame at 6'1". He's got long arms, phenomenal ball skills, but most importantly, the instincts. This is a guy that is always at the catch point, and you can really rely on him to be that center field safety. He's got phenomenal speed, so he's going sideline to sideline, really tracks that ball nicely in the air, and kind of the definition of a ball hawk game-changing safety that would fit perfectly with what DJ Durkin wants to do on the defensive side of the football. You look at a single high safety and what you want in a laboratory. I mean, I think Anquan Fagans certainly represents that, but also has some quick twitch, can hold up in man coverage as well. The ultimate ball hawking safety, a guy that's produced at the high school level. Anquan Fagans, certainly a name to track. And the last guy that I really think Auburn is looking good for, and a guy that really excites me, is Tavares Dice. Plays his high school ball at Langston Hughes his junior year, 6'4", 280. Probably want to put a little bit more weight on that frame, but as a junior in high school right now, you're not too concerned. And this is a guy that is a hyper athletic tackle. And you really see two type of tackle prospects emerge from the high school ranks. One, you have the oversized guys that are just really, really big, really, really long, but maybe lack that athleticism. And then you have some undersized offensive linemen that have a ton of athleticism, but still need to figure out that frame. And I take the undersized offensive tackles every single day of the week. And I'll tell you why. You can put on good weight, and it's easy to put on good weight for these type of guys. You get them into the program, they redshirt a year, you put that weight on them, they're ready to go year 2, year 3, year 4. What I think is often more hard to do is take a guy that might be 340 plus and try to shrink him down. And so a guy like Tavares Stites, although maybe not ready to step on campus and start for the Auburn Tigers in 2025 as a true freshman, a guy that has phenomenal athleticism, very good feet, works up to the second level extremely well, and has played high school football for one of the best teams across the country in Langston Hughes. I'll take offensive linemen from Langston Hughes every single day of the week. A couple other names that I want to buzz by. One is Devin Williams from Buford. And again, this is kind of what we've been talking about with the Kalen DeBoer Alabama hire a lot of times, because Buford, not a lot of guys from Buford end up going to Georgia. A lot of guys from Buford end up going to Alabama. And you take a look at Devin Williams and what he brings to the table. This is another one of those prospects that would probably be between Auburn and Alabama. And you have to favor Auburn at this time with Hugh Freeze and how hard this staff recruits. Devin Williams, probably one of my favorite cornerbacks in this 2025 class. A little bit undersized, has phenomenal speed, has phenomenal quick twitch. This is a guy that is wired between the ears the right way for that cornerback position. Yes, he's a little bit undersized at 5'10", 165, but is extremely sticky in coverage and plays both ways. At the catch point, plays much bigger than what the number on the scale says. You take a look at the track times, a 10.65 in the 100-meter dash, you're talking about serious long speed for Devin Williams. But I think the thing that sticks out to me the most is you don't see many wide receivers really create any separation on a guy like Devin Williams because of the freakish athletic traits that he has in terms of mirroring wide receivers, sticking in that pocket. So again, undersized, but he makes more up for it with his athleticism that he brings to the table. And the last guy I want to talk about, and again, there will be more guys on campus, but I just wanted to highlight some of the guys that are some of my favorite prospects that'll be on campus, and that is Riley Pettijohn from McKinney, Texas. And this is the ultimate chess piece, if you will, on a defense, right? 6'2", 205 pounds. I watched the film. He plays nickel. He plays safety. He plays that traditional off-ball linebacker spot, and he even plays the edge spot rushing the passer. This is a guy that at the high school level is really doing everything. I probably see him as an off-ball linebacker at the college level, but again, a guy that you feel comfortable with covering tight ends up the seams. You feel comfortable with going out and tackling running backs in the flat, and that's something that we talk about a lot for the modern day linebackers, right? You take a look at what opposing offenses want to do. They want to find mismatches. And that happens a lot on those off-ball linebackers who get matched up with tight ends or running backs. And it is vital to have linebackers that are long and athletic to deal with some of those mismatches that the offenses are trying to attack. And a guy like Riley Pettijohn, I think, certainly offers that kind of versatility and that athleticism to deal with some of those mismatches that you might be talking about. Those are probably my 5 favorite targets that are on campus for Auburn. I think it's worth noting Coach Garrett, who just took the job with the Jacksonville Jaguars, will probably have a little conversation about potential replacements for Auburn on that defensive line. He's on campus recruiting some of these guys. You have some Auburn commits on that defensive line on campus this weekend. Coach Garrett, shout out to him. He does not need to do that on campus, kind of steadying the ship with that defensive line class in 2025 that is already absolutely loaded. Really excited for this Auburn program over the next couple months because, again, you look at Kalen DeBoer at Alabama. I think Auburn is smelling blood in the water there. Really excited to see what they can do as a program on the recruiting trail. Appreciate you guys rocking with the fellas. Those are the names that I'll be keeping an eye on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. If y'all did, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll talk to y'all later.